Welcome back to the All Motorsports Podcast. I'm Jimmy, and today we're catching up on the latest drama from the world of Formula One. And trust me, there's plenty. From Red Bull landing itself in hot water again to McLaren walking a tightrope between teamwork and rivalry, the championship fight just got even more unpredictable. So, grab your coffee, buckle up, let's get into it. Let's start with a breaking story coming out of Austin's post-race that has everyone talking, the Red Bull fine. Autosport.com reports that the team's been penalised after one of its mechanics moved a grid marker that had been placed by McLaren for Lando Norris during pre-race setup, which, might sound minor, but it's actually a pretty serious procedural breach. Now, Red Bull got away with just a fine, no sporting penalty, taking away some of the gloss from this weekend's result. Red Bull needs to be careful as Max Verstappen is rapidly chasing down both McLaren drivers and is now a serious challenger in the drivers' title fight. Any sign of rule bending, intentional or not, puts a spotlight right back on Red Bull, and for now I think Max is happy for the team not to be in the news. You can feel how tense this championship has become. After the last few races, Oscar Piastri's once solid lead has shrunk dramatically. Lando Norris is right on his tail, and Verstappen's found form again, just when everybody thought Red Bull were out of answers. All weekend, Verstappen looked calm, but there's definitely urgency in the Red Bull camp. He's clawed back points in back-to-back races, and that combination of confidence and pressure is exactly where Max thrives. When he smells blood, he doesn't just chase, he attacks. But honestly, the more fascinating story might be inside McLaren. Both of their drivers are still in this title fight, and it's clear that the dynamic between Norris and Piastri is becoming, well, let's call it tense but polite. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, told Autosport.com that they're still giving both drivers equal footing for now. But you can sense the pressure starting to build. Think about it. We've got two incredibly competitive teammates, both believing they can win a world championship, both driving the fastest car on the grid. That is a recipe for fireworks. So far, they've handled it professionally, but we've already seen them come together on track twice this season, and if something like that happens again while Verstappen is lurking, it could swing the championship completely. McLaren's in a tough spot. Do they pick a side, back one driver strategically and risk alienating the other? Or do they let them fight and risk losing it all to Red Bull? It's a classic Formula One dilemma, one we've seen destroy McLaren team chemistry before. Fernando and Lewis, and then, just as the paddock was catching its breath, we got some off-track news that's actually worth celebrating. The Circuit of Americas has officially extended its deal with Formula One, so Austin is locked in for several more years, which is great news for F1 fans, in particular in the US. As one of the best venues on the calendar, you get the passion of the crowd, a challenging layout, clearly, and that old-school American energy that gives the weekend a unique flavour. Between Austin, Miami, and Las Vegas, F1 is clearly doubling down on its UX expansion, and honestly, I think it's working. The sport's never been more popular within the US, and that is good for everyone. Team sponsors, and especially fans. But back to the racing. The big question now is whether Oscar Piastri can hold his nerve. He's never been in a title fight like this before. Verstappen has been here before, and Norris is chasing his first win, and the pressure's mounting with every Grand Prix. The next few rounds are going to be critical. Mexico, Sao Paulo, Las Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi. 5 races left and roughly 150 points still up for grabs. The smallest mistake, a bad pit call, or even another on-track collision between the McLaren boys could decide the entire championship. So, as things stand, Piastri leads, but barely. Norris is right there. Verstappen is closing in, and Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari all know one bad weekend could change everything. Alright, that's a wrap for the week. The tension's building, the headlines are heating up, and the storylines just keep coming. If you enjoyed today's update, hit that follow or subscribe button down below and share this episode with your fellow racing fans. Stay tuned for more F1 and motorsport news and updates. Until then, I'm Jimmy. This is the All Motorsport Podcast, and remember, in Formula One, it's never just about who's fastest. It's about who handles the heat when it matters most.